Hello everybody, my name is Jared. I'm a student in the Project Lead the Way program. The course that I'm enrolled in currently is Introduction to Engineering Design. It is the first in the high school sequence of Project Lead the Way courses. I'm going to show you some of the stuff I've done on the most recent project that we've been working on. The assignment is to design a train with a minimum of 3 cars, a maximum of 6. Obviously, the more cars you do, the higher the grade. I'm going to show you the program a bit, and I'm going to show you one of the train cars I've built. So, with that in mind, let's begin. The program is called Autodesk Inventor. So it's right here in the desktop. I just double click it and I wait for it to load, which depending on the computer might take a little bit. This one seems to be moving pretty quickly. And now it automatically gives you an open window, kind of like in word processing, like Microsoft Word. You can just you go to the open folder and you can open a document you've already created. So I'm going to open a presentation for a car I did. I'm modeling mine after the train from the third Indiana Jones movie at the beginning, if any of you watching this have seen that. So you'll see it's a little bit like that. So this is a reptile car anyway. So once it opens, okay, so this is my reptile car, and it doesn't really look like a train car yet because this is what's known as an exploded view. So what you do is you build each of the individual parts, then you have to assemble them. All right, but now it's great if you're a real engineer to have an assembled product and be able to show it to somebody. But then the person who's building it, they might want to know how it's put together. So what this is called a presentation view or an exploded view, and it shows how the object that you're working on is put together, in this case the train car. So I am going to play this for you. It's like a video kind of, and you will see how it works. You'll see the train put together, and if you ask me, it's pretty cool. So here we go. So while this is going, I'll talk to you a little bit about this course. This course is meant to teach students how computer design, along with we did earlier in the year some hand design as well, on various types of paper, just standard graph paper, isometric, etc. And we've done a couple of projects. This is, I don't remember what in the sequence of how many we've done, which one this is. We did a project earlier where we had to make a puzzle that was kind of like a cube with 5 parts, and you put them together and it kind of looked like a Rubik's Cube. Only you don't turn them like a Rubik's Cube. Maybe I'll show you that after this. And we learned how to design each part, like a whole bunch of different commands, from simply drawing rectangles and boxes to drawing like intricate shapes and things like that. Like I'll zoom in on one that's a little more complex now that this is done. So this is a sign that I kind of drew by hand, modeled after a sign from the actual Indiana Jones train, and we had it, and we wrote letters on it. It's called an emboss command. It's pretty cool. And after we draw each of the individual parts, we learned how to put them together using various constraints. Why don't I show you something? Perhaps I will assemble a part that, I will assemble a car, or start to assemble a car, that actually, well, I do a new assembly. You'll give me a moment. Okay. So what I have to do first, when I want to do an assembly, is I have to get each of the individual parts. So for this, I have a couple of parts. And the computer doesn't like me, so it's giving me obnoxious messages. Now, so you can place as many of a certain component as you need for the project. So I could place like 20 in random places. I don't actually need 20, so I'll delete. Actually, I'll undo, just save some time. I only need one of that part. So this is only part of the assembly, but I'm going to show you how it works. First, you open the place constraint window, alright, and you select faces to attach parts with. So I selected the face on this piece and a face on this piece, and they will attach via the make command, right? And once, if I like what I see, I hit apply. Now, this doesn't really look like what a real train looks like, so I need more constraints. The next constraint is called flush command. That makes two faces level with each other. See how when I selected those two faces, they became level with each other? And now I hit apply. Now, finally, I come around again, and I need to do one more flush command. Whenever you constrain pieces together, you always need 3 commands. So there's 3, and it's flushed together, and it looks kind of nice, if you ask me. So now I want to assemble this face to these 2 faces. Alright, so now I'm going to do the same type of thing again. I'm going to make this face to this face, and that didn't work right for some reason. Oh no, it worked okay, just didn't look right from the view I was in. With this cube thing up in the corner, I can rotate the view so you can do it slower to make some practical use of it. So if you want to see various things, you can do that. So I now fixed the view and it looks somewhat better. Anyway, back to what I was doing. I'm losing train of thought here. Anyway, now I'm going to make I already did this make command. The first command isn't, you can't actually see the first command. Like, I'll show you what I mean by that. So now I'm going to flush this to this. And now I can see that there's a command. Why? Because I cannot move this up and down, because the flush made this level. Alright? So that's what I meant by after one command, there's no actual evidence that you did that command. Finally, in order to finish the constraint, I must flush this face, and voila. So now all 3 of these pieces are attached, and if I click on each one of them, they will not move. That's how you know that they're assembled. Alright, so that's how you do an assembly. I'm not going to show you every command in Inventor, obviously, because there are so many that it would take me forever. These are actually rather basic commands, but it gives you a bit of an idea of what I'm doing. Before I finish, I just want to talk a little bit about what Project Lead the Way has done for me. First of all, this class I'm taking right now is by far the most difficult class I've taken. Sorry. It is also the most fun and most interesting. I've done so many things in this class that I would never have dreamed I would have been able to do in high school. It is truly an amazing program. The technology we work with is unbelievable. I knew nothing of any of this stuff before I started taking this class, and I just learned so much since then. I've come really quite far. So, I know I sound like I'm advertising for Project Lead the Way, which is kind of what I'm supposed to be doing, but I really mean what I'm saying here. It's really done so much for me. So with that in mind, I am going to sign off and thank you for watching and listening, and I will maybe, I don't know, just enjoy. If there are any other presentations you're going to see, enjoy them. And I think this is really a great course and definitely should be kept. Okay, thank you.